So going to do a quick review on TLRY here, trade review. And I love mornings like this when I can have my full attention. And when I'm live streaming, I am not able to do that or trade like this for obvious reasons. My attention is diverted elsewhere. And so on a day like yesterday, when the MJ sector is breaking out, I definitely have FOMO, and it's definitely I wish I could be trading like I want to be right now, but it's just not feasible to do so. So here we are. TLRY. So the backdrop of the morning is I'm watching for signs of any weakness in the broader market for daily consolidation to potentially shape up. We've been extremely strong the past couple of days. We have crypto already starting daily consolidation at this point, and we have the cannabis sector in long-term downtrends and significant strength the past couple of days, but looking for that significant strength to lead to some pullback. So I have a short lean on the morning. Why? Because we're opening right at the highs of yesterday, and risk to reward is much more favorable to look for a top fish short than it is to try and look for a long right out of the gate. So I'm watching only three things. I'm watching SPY, I'm watching CGC, and I'm watching TLRY, knowing that I'm going to trade TLRY because Fidelity has both long and short shares, and they don't have CGC short shares right now. So I'm watching CGC, and I post in the chat room, even if TLRY breaks its high of yesterday, which it did, high of yesterday was 409, CGC must break its high or TLRY is not going anywhere. So I was making decisions on trading TLRY today based on CGC. So CGC opened at its high of yesterday, first thing, and rejected right out of the gate. 315 is the high of the day, right after the open, and that's a double top, and we sell off hard. So I make my first entry. We got a lot of orders to go through here. We're starting here, and then we're going to go here. But TLRY, so first entry, sell short, 412. And if CGC breaks its high of yesterday, I bail on that position. I have no stop level I'm going off of on TLRY. Everything I'm doing is based on CGC because CGC has the clear level. So that was a good entry right near the high of the day of 416. And we drop real hard. So it's a decent sized position for me, and I know that it is a very volatile name, and I know recently bulls have been very quickly putting short pressure on for continued squeeze. This is the daily time frame over the past couple of days, so a clear big move up. So I start scaling out real quick to be in a risk-free position on the morning, first trade of the day. And so I exit a quarter at 406 and a quarter at 403. So essentially, my break even at this point is now about 419. Stick my stop over the high of the day. Mentally, I didn't even place a real, no, I did. Anyways, I'm risk-free in the second half of my trade. And so from there, I end up continuing to scale out on that drop, watching for first 5-minute oversold conditions, and knowing that the cannabis space can bounce from first 5-minute oversold conditions after the strength from yesterday. So placed a little stop loss, pulled the stop loss, and then kept covering. So covered another quarter at 392 and another quarter at 388. So at that point, I'm out of my first trade. So one entry, 4 exits, and that's a 1.5 day maker at this point. So solid start to the day, nice little win there. And at that point, I'm looking for a potential 5-minute oversold bounce. And we were on this pullback on the first 10 minutes. And TLRY was not really oversold on the 5-minute at this point, but CGC was. And again, I'm watching both charts, and they are both factoring into my decisions with what I'm doing. I then saw this 1-minute candle, this 1-minute spike, right after I had exited all my orders, and it's a 1-minute stair-step drop that broke bull, and we shot up real quick. And again, this shows you the volatility. That's a 3-minute bounce of 4%. And I saw that, and as I recognized, that's an overextended 1-minute bounce, and before I could look to short $4 psychological, we had already pulled back, and I missed that opportunity. And that was me. I said, just missed that. That was a really nice short reload. And then we double bottomed at the low of the day. And so next trade that I took, but I'm keeping that in mind, right? So even though I didn't make anything off of this, hold on to that because later that's going to come into play. Buy to cover, buy to cover. I then tried for the long. I tried for the oversold bounce. And I was looking for a 5-minute oversold bounce. And we had multiple bottoms in the 380s. So 381, a bear break with 0 follow through, a double bottom. So I make an entry to long at 386. So long 386. And I recognize on this bounce attempt, we are weak. I'm seeing relative weakness comparative to the S&P 500. And I was seeing that all morning because the S&P 500 started strong and was going up, towards the high of the day. We were hitting highs of the day on the S&P 500 from 9:53 to 10 o'clock. TLRY from 9:53 to 10 o'clock is doing this. So we are not participating whatsoever. That relative weakness stands out to me, and I recognize this is not a good bounce to be in, and I'm going to be wrong. And so, ended up exiting that long attempt for a small loss. So a 4-cent loss, and the other one was a, 30-some cent gain. I used this long attempt was half the position for the short attempt because I knew I was playing, again, bigger picture. I'm watching for the potential of daily consolidation. If I'm looking to play a short-term move against what I'm looking for, a bigger picture, I'm going to use smaller size. So that 4-cent loss would have been equivalent to a 2-penny loss on my initial short position. From there, sold short again. So this is me now stuttering around in this range, and I'm looking for a 5-minute bear flag. And so here was an attempt for me to look short. I forget exactly where this was on this chart, but I attempted another short, didn't see any bear follow through that I liked, took a little 2-penny, took a 2-penny loss on that, again, half position size, because I'm not going to get back my day and a half maker. I'm trying to add a little bit of icing on the cake. If I get back a half day maker and I'm down to only being up a day maker, I'm done. So half a position, re-short, out for a 2-penny loss. All right, nope, not feeling it. Now I'm recognizing this sure looks like a bear flag to me. And so I made an attempt that failed, but then this 5-minute bounce, real weak. And again, 9:45 to 10 o'clock, we're trading in a bear flag while the S&P 500 is at the high of the day. So after a long attempt for a tiny loss and a short attempt for a tiny loss, I'm back in short at 86. I'm just watching my position size, and that was back to a full position size, similar to my morning entry. Exit half real quick at 83. Why? Because then my stop, my break even, is this level. And I can say if that level breaks, I'm wrong, and a bear flag is less likely. If 89 does not break, it's a bear flag, and we will follow through to a new low of the day. So by selling half real quick, I'm now back in a risk-free short position. So put my stop at, did I actually put the stop? Sometimes I actually put the stop, sometimes I just fill out my sell order and I hover my mouse right over it to act. And again, that only comes with experience and discipline where I trust myself to click that button, because many times you'll freeze up and not click that button, and that's when the bad things happen. So out half. So there's my stop loss at 389. It should have been at 390. That's a mistake. I should have been 1 penny over. But fortunately, that mistake did not cost me. So and then I pulled that stop loss and I covered everything at 82. Why did I cover at 82? Because I let the break play out and I saw a 5-minute bear flag confirm with no follow through. And watching CGC at that point in time, 5-minute bear flag confirmed with no follow through. And so I'm saying, all right, again, I'm being real conservative. I don't want to give back my gains on the morning. So just a little quick win. And that was another 7-cent win on a half position. So I essentially, that little win just made back those 2 little losses. Then I reshort again. Where did I reshort again? 3815. Buy to cover again. I'm just puttering around here trying to see bear follow through because I'm still recognizing we're still weak, but we're not getting bear follow through. So I reshorted, and at this point I am over trading a little bit in this tightening range. So that next one, so reshorted at 815, didn't see the bear follow through that I wanted, out at 8-1, so essentially break even. Then again, still just watching around, shorted again at 380. Out again at 378. So just trying to get follow through, and when I'm chopping around here and over trading a little bit, this is the price action where it's just here and I'm getting these tiny little penny, 2 pennies, essentially break even. So, all right, now I'm back to all cash again. And I'm pretty much done for the morning. And I'm not done because I gave back my gains. I'm not done because I'm now hitting losing trades. I'm done because, all right, bears are not getting followed through. I don't have much clarity in the short term in this setup. And I then say, in the chat room, 2-minute EMA 12 clear guide. After this double bottom, we shoot up. And I recall, this is my chance. I missed the 1-minute shoot up the last time around, which was a great short and a 6% drop in as many minutes. Nope, 5% drop in as many minutes. I got psychological $4 to play off of. All right, let's do it again. I'm going to short that quick spike up because we did not change any kind of meaningful trend. And that is, essentially we went 6% in 3 minutes. That's too much too fast when you're in a downtrend on the 15-minute time frames right now. So right back in short, $3.99, great fill. And again, these are all market buys and sells because when I want in now. And when I want out now. So I very rarely will use limit orders when it's this fast moving, but got a really good market fill there. And I went back into a full position size with confidence at 4 psychological. Where would I have stopped out? I would have stopped out at probably 402. So essentially risking 3 pennies on a full size position again and nailed that top and started selling. Again, real quick to exit that initial position to be risk-free. So I exited half at 95. My break even is now 403. If we hit 403, I'll stop out. And then I get the second exit at 386. And so that was another 90. So that's another 85% day maker. We ended up following through a bit more. In hindsight, could have used a 1-minute stair step as a guide. That would not have broken bull until 377. So it could have eked out a little bit more. 375 is very clearly a base of support. And now we're watching anything under $4 to be a 5-minute lower high. But now I am really done for the day as I've got a dentist appointment and things like that. So that's just an example of how I scalp trade. When it was chopping around, did overtrade a little bit. Not in the sense of just compounding losers and stacking them up, but just a lot of break even, and then waited for that. Again, I was planning on being done, but that clear trade that I missed the first time around came right back and smacked me in the face. And now I'm done. Hopefully that gives a little bit of insight. And again, this is something that for me personally, I was not able to trade like this until year 7. Year 7 of my trading career. I was not scalp trading like this. It's very fast, obviously. Essentially, the moves, the technical analysis is the same. You're watching something on the daily chart for swing trading. You've got hours to analyze and make decisions. Here you've got seconds. So it's just the same game, but you're changing the level to hard because you have to react so much faster. Feel free to ask any questions. Hope you have a good rest of your day.